and welcome to the Bulgari Resort here in Bali. This is one of the most expensive and exclusive hotels on the whole island. We're staying here for 2 nights. We're also doing the best 7 hotels in Bali with Marriott and Hyatt in 9 nights. I want to show them all to you, but in this video we're going to be taking a look at this exclusive resort and give you a full tour so you can be sure to experience it like you were actually staying here. Or if you're thinking about staying here, I want to let you know, is it worth it for the extremely high price point? But this is our villa. I will show it to you later, but welcome to Bulgari Resort here in Bali. And welcome to our villa. I have never had a room entrance with an actual key before. There's no room key cards here. Every villa has its own key. Hopefully we don't lose this. This is the only one we got, but every villa here is massive. Here we are heading up to our own private villa. This is one of the biggest standard rooms in Bali. This is probably the most exclusive resort in all of Bali. It's like the most expensive. I don't even hardly have words, but the landscaping at this resort, I have to say so far, has been mind-blowing. Everything is just gorgeous. But here we are heading in. We have our own little doorbell. All right, and here we are right inside our villa, and it's absolutely incredible. We have the light switches here, the master switch, but like we have our own landscaped garden inside our villa. At nighttime this light comes on really cool, but just look at this lush like forest kind of we're in with all the beautiful trees. This beautiful landscaping just for our room only. We're surrounded by these rock walls on every side. It's completely private. So we have all this beautiful landscaping and all these cool stones, walkway on here. Now here we have all the wood, still surrounded by those walls. But look at this, we're not even in the room part yet. This is all still considered part of our villa. This is all outdoor, covered by this really cool high ceiling awning. We have a huge couch over here. We have another 2 seats over here, a whole table with 4 seats. Now over here, we actually have the coffee maker and tea station outside. So it's not actually in the room, which is, I've never seen that before, but an espresso machine, which is really nice, and a hot water maker. You actually push down this handle here, I guess, and then that's what starts it once you put the water in. Plenty of waters. And then down here, we actually have the fridge, and we actually have some drinks in here. We not only have non-alcoholic drinks, we have alcoholic drinks, and all of the non-alcoholic drinks are included for all guests for free. That is an amazing thing. I think they should just include all the drinks in here for free, like some, especially for the price point everyone is paying, but at least the non-alcoholic ones are complimentary. And then over here is like the kind of snacks and nicer cups. So they have all kinds of teacups here, which is very nice, all the Nespresso pods, as well as some nicer wine glasses and then some snacks for purchase. But the best part of it all is this view. This is probably one of the best views I've ever had. I don't do a ton of beach resorts. I actually prefer a lot of times city hotels, but this is out of this world, mind-blowing. Now the first room they gave us, actually, we could barely even see the ocean from it, so they moved us to this room, thankfully. But this is why we decided to come to this property. This is the reason we wanted to stay here, is because of this view. And also, every room here has its own private plunge pool. This is ours. It even has a fountain, and it's also an infinity edge. So the water actually flows over the side here. And then there's 2 lawn chairs here, and they're plush. This is normally at the pool only, but we get to have it right here in our own room on these beautiful stone tiles with our own umbrella. All the rooms are this size. They have a few rooms that are of course bigger, but this is the standard size room. Including the pool, they advertise it as about 3,000 square feet, which is massive. This is the size. This is bigger than most people's homes and apartments. And we have the privilege to stay here for 2 nights. Just spectacular. This is the base room. Like, this is as small as it gets, and it's massive. This place did open in 2006, so it is a bit on the old side. I typically don't stay at older properties. However, this one has just been on my list for so long, and it still has held up really nice. You can already see inside the beautiful villa here, and now I want to take you inside and show you our beautiful suite. And here we are stepping in. This is kind of the first area of the room. The room is so big, but we have our own little work desk here. And what's nice is you can look out to the right and see the ocean. Just some booklets. You have the in-room dining menu here. They have the property kind of information, hotel services, all kind of there. We have a Bose speaker. The wall back here definitely could be improved. Again, this hotel is pretty old, like the oldest hotel probably ever stayed at without being renovated, but it's still, for being that old, like it's still amazing. But the coolest thing here is there's not really a lot of walls. It's actually all see-through glass, paneling through almost this whole room, which is just so cool. So here we have a beautiful work desk, a little Bose speaker, beautiful picture here on the wall. Bulgari is a jewelry brand, so they have locations all over the world, so it's cool to actually be in one of their hotels, and it actually is a part of Marriott. Not the Bonvoy program, so you can't earn or redeem points here, but you can book it through the Marriott booking channels. And then here we have the little artifact here. I'm not sure what this represents, little stand and the hats. These are complimentary. They said we could take home. I wish they said Bulgari on it or something. They're just very generic. So over here we have the closet space. They already delivered our bags. We just checked in, but really nice hardwood floors throughout. Now let's take you in here to the master bedroom. Great. Now the rooms do have these wooden door dividers, so you can completely close this area off for privacy. But I feel like I'm in a dream, because I've only seen this on the coolest like YouTube videos of people like walking through these rooms, and like it's just insane that I actually can be here. 2 seats, you have plenty of seating, and then just like I mentioned, it's cool because this whole thing is glass, you can see out. So it's like floor to ceiling windows, but it's like more Bali style because you have the wood here, but it just adds such a unique perspective that I've never seen before. But this is my first time stepping into a Bulgari resort. I've never been to one. I've never actually seen the beds in person, but like, look at these pillows. These all look amazing. There's actually a pillow menu, so you can order 8 different kinds of pillows. I'm not even joking. The pillow menu is actually right over here. And they have this huge selection of all the different pillows you can order, from mini compact pillow to a floss flake soft pillow to memory foam, synthetic soft, synthetic firm, buckwheat pillow. I mean, this is incredible. I've never seen anything like that before. But this high ceilings is where my eye immediately goes to. This is like a Polynesian style type roof, and it's incredible with the wood. I don't know how they built it, but it's held up really well. Beautiful beds. They also did bring in a rollaway. They have a beautiful welcome amenity. TV right here in front of the beds. Just absolutely gorgeous. But you can hear the sound of our fountain just from being in our room. So we were looking at our own fountain, our own plunge pool. Every room has its own plunge pool as well. Just spectacular. Now, the one thing I do want to note is we couldn't find any power outlets in this room. There's 3 under there, but they're all taken by the light and other things. But there wasn't really any place to plug our phone in this room. There is outlets in the other area, but that definitely is something that they could improve upon, which I was shocked about. Also, it's all hardwood floors. They definitely could have put like a really cool carpeting around the bed part. That always just makes it feel a lot more homey, or even like kind of ottomans in front of the bed. But regardless, it's still really cool though how you have the floor to ceiling glass windows all the way around. It's just spectacular. I also want to point out this actually is manual curtains, so they're not automatic. So when they do renovate, they're definitely going to want to add in automatic curtains. And the reason I'm so particular about all these things is because the price point of this property is just so high, rooms being at least $1,500 to $1,700 per night USD. So I expect things to be perfect and flawless. It is very nice, but there definitely are areas for improvement. Now we have 2 toilets. We have one here, and then we have one right around on the other side. But the nice thing is it is a Japanese-inspired toilet, so those do look like they're new with the whole control panel. So it's heated, has bidet, all those luxuries. And then we do have all the closet space over here. All right, so here's the whole closet space. The cool thing is it all lights up when you open these up. They have the robes and the slippers, which are actually like flip-flops. But you can just see how thin this is. It does say Bulgari on the inside, but like it's not really that special. Like it doesn't say really Bulgari anywhere on here, and it's paper thin. This does not feel comfortable to me. I don't approve of the robes. And there's no slippers anywhere. There's no soft plush slippers. I literally had to bring my own slippers from home that I've been wearing in the villa because they just have these flip-flops. Well, if you're coming to Bali, you're likely already going to bring flip-flops. So I'm not sure why they only have these. They definitely need to have some soft slippers in the room. In fact, this is the first luxury hotel I think I've been to where they don't have them. Kind of unacceptable. They need better robes that are really plush and cushioned, and definitely better slippers. Here's the incredible, beautiful bathroom here. We have not only a glass shower, we have an outdoor shower, 2 sinks, but this is probably the biggest bathroom I've ever had in my life. Tub, indoor shower, outdoor shower, 2 sinks, really cool sinks here with the waters already set up, glass waters. This soap looks extremely expensive and fancy. Bulgari soap, it wrapped in like a case of silver. But where I'm gonna be is this outdoor shower. This thing looks absolutely incredible. It actually flows down from that stone, and it actually has hot water. Some outdoor showers, it's just cold water. This has hot and cold, so you can set the temperature just right. They have really good smelling Bulgari soaps, and they're not the like pump bottles. They're the actual ones that are like the disposable ones. So you actually can like keep them as like a souvenir, which is amazing because I love the scents. The scent is actually so nice. Now, I will be honest, the shower in here I don't think matches the theme of the room. This tiling back here, this like pinkish light colored tiling, I just don't think it looks that great. This just seems very cheap to me. It could have been like a dark color wood, so the shower just seems very uncomfortable. I don't think I'm even gonna use it at all. What's nice is when you're in here, no matter whether you're in the tub, the shower, the outdoor shower, getting ready at the sinks, you're looking at all these incredible plants. It's completely private from the outside because of these brick walls. Now, there are no doors heading into the shower, but there are the doors that separate the master bedroom. So if you want privacy, someone could stay in the master bedroom with the doors closed, and then they could be over here. And then we have literally a whole station over here with all the amenities you could want. If you forgot anything from home, toothpaste, soaps. We have some of our few things already in here, but overall really nice. You also have real glass waters, not only in the room, in the bathroom. These look extremely expensive, still waters, the cups. And we even have a chair in here. I've never seen a chair in the bathroom. I guess you can just sit here and enjoy the space, but like hugest bathroom I've ever seen. All right, now we're gonna head around because I have the last bathroom to show you. This one has a toilet and a bidet. And you also have the control panel. You also can control the temperature. This is a very old control panel because it is from probably 2006, but the air conditioning here has been amazing. It actually gets cold, which is fantastic, so you can sleep really good. A little makeup mirror over here so you can kind of get ready with a nice cushioned seat, but it's just a beautiful, beautiful room overall. This resort is absolutely stunning. I'm actually in awe. I feel like I'm missing stuff. It's just hard for me to kind of, I guess, give you the whole scoop when everything is just so amazing. But I really want to show you the rest of the hotel and let you know if for this price point, is it really worth it compared to a lot of the hotels in Bali? Let's go check out the rest of the resort because I have a lot to show you. Welcome to the Bulgari Resort in Bali. This is us driving to the resort. It's a little bit hidden, it's extremely exclusive, but there's one of the signs for it, and you kind of wind down these roads where you finally get to the resort. It does have guards. Pretty much every resort in Bali we stayed at had guards just to make sure your safety and security for all vehicles entering and exiting. But the property is truly an exclusive sanctuary, and this hotel is actually perched high on a 160-meter limestone cliff, which I'll show you later. But it offers breathtaking views of the Indian Ocean. Now, when you arrive, you are filled with a sense of serenity and exclusivity because this property is so exclusive and so expensive, it just screams wow, it screams luxury. This is walking to the resort. I think they have like a little temple here, and then as you keep going, you actually enter the main arrival area, which is actually a Javanese joglo house, which was restored. It's antique, but it's like where the roof like kind of represents like a mountain type. So it's this really grand entrance, and then you can kind of look over and see the ocean and all the beautiful huts, which are all the villas. Now, when we arrived, the first impression was good. They escorted us right on in. They opened up our doors. There were people there, and then we did a sit down to check in. But right away, when you get out of your vehicle, you walk up these stairs, and here we are in the grand arrival lobby area. It truly is exclusive. We were like the only ones checking in, but you're pretty much perched way up here, looking out over the whole resort and way out into the ocean. It truly is magical. It's an incredible experience. For the centerpiece, they actually have all these little beautiful flowers, which they hand pick daily, and they re-put them on that beautiful post there. So it's very fresh. It's just so exclusive, but those flowers are just lovely and they smell really good. The property only has 59 exclusively designed villas, so it's extremely exclusive. But as you're looking out, you can see all of those little like huts are all the different villas. They include like the main room, a bathroom, and then like another one that's kind of like the outdoor area. They did give us a welcome drink to start with a towel. I will be honest, overall for the check-in, it was just very mediocre and standard. There was nothing over the top or anything that made us feel very special. The lobby bathrooms are also some of the coolest I've ever seen. They're actually hidden. If you don't know where they are, they're hard to find, but they're actually, you walk down all these stairs from the lobby area. It's almost like you're going like down deep into like the underground or something, and then here you have the bathrooms. You have 2 private bathrooms, so what's nice is you can actually use the restroom here in the lobby without actually going to your room, but it was just one of the coolest experiences. Now from the lobby you can actually walk right down. We were then taken by golf cart to our villa, In the golf cart, they gave us a full tour of the resort before we got to our first villa, but the resort grounds are just a true masterpiece. They are breathtaking. Every speck, every spot. Look at, there's no leaves on the ground. They literally pick them up like every moment. Everything is perfectly trimmed, landscaped. They have plants that are different colors. They're all lush green. Everything is perfectly watered. It's just gorgeous. On our way to our room, we quickly went by here, which is one of their main restaurants, as well as the bar and the pool area. So we got to quickly see those. And then we continued on, getting closer to the first villa. The meticulous landscaping includes lush tropical greens, tranquil water features, and artfully arranged greenery that all work together to create a serene, almost meditative environment. It is just so serene, so beautiful, private. It's also cool because you have all the stone. The stonework is on the ground where you drive over with your golf cart, as well as all the walls. Now, this is the first villa they took us to, which it says ocean view on the reservation, but we were a little bit disappointed. The villa is huge, of course. That is the great, but the view is the only downside on this first room that we had. It literally, we couldn't even see the ocean at all. I think there was just too much greenery, or they just didn't trim it enough, and we were a bit disappointed because out of all the hotels we stayed in Bali, this was one of the only two that we decided to spend 2 nights at, and we just could not see the ocean from here. So we called as soon as we were taken here by our butler, who was very friendly. We asked if we could switch. They were actually very good about that, and then they did take us to another room that was so much better. We could actually see the ocean from our villa. Each of the 59 villas at the resort is a private retreat, offering a level of luxury and comfort that is simply unparalleled. Designed with spacious layouts, these villas feature large bedrooms with custom-made beds, luxurious bathrooms with indoor and outdoor showers, and private infinity pools that provide stunning views of the ocean or the resort's lush gardens. They have several mansions that are like way bigger than the traditional villas that include like kitchens, allowing for in-villa dining experiences that rival the resort's restaurants. Now, the design of the villas is where the Bulgari Resort Bali truly shines. It blends modern luxury with traditional Balinese elements to create a space that feels both serene and sophisticated. The use of natural materials such as teak wood, volcanic stone, and along which are the type of roofs, create a warm, inviting atmosphere that is in perfect harmony with the surrounding environment. During the evening turn-down service, we would come back and they would have 2 cups set up with a delicious little special drink. But here's the thing for the service, they only had 2 cups instead of 3, both nights, even though there were 3 guests. Now, on our last night, they did give us a Bulgari luggage tag as like a going-away gift, which was a nice touch. Every villa has a dining menu here, as well as spa menu and amenities to look through. Now, we chose one of the mornings to do the breakfast, which is the in-villa breakfast, and it was one of the highlights. The food quality was not the best compared to all the resorts we stayed in Bali, but the presentation and being able to eat right here in your room, looking out at the ocean and your own private infinity edge plunge pool was just spectacular. Now, the breakfast for 3 people was extremely expensive. The price is like way over $200. So it's kind of crazy for the price, so we only did it one morning. The other mornings we actually elected to drive in a grab and go over to the Six Senses for breakfast. It was literally like less than half the price, and I'll put that in later. Now, that was our villa. From our villa, you can actually walk out and you can walk down the steps. And this is how you can kind of get to the different areas on property. Now, we chose to walk some of the days, but you can also just press 0 and request like a golf cart, and someone will be at your room very quick to kind of take you wherever you want to go on property. So we did both. The carts did come quick, which was good service. Now, the main place you're going to want to go and hang out is definitely the infinity pool. This is the resort's top feature. It was very exclusive. There was not always a ton of people when we were there, only like one time all the chairs were taken, but it's just really nice. They even brought us complimentary coconut waters while we were there. I don't know if they always do that, but they would also come around with like different little treats, like little ice cream or little Bulgari, little like a snack thing, or like a cheese little hot dish, which was kind of unique to have those different things. But it's just beautiful. You're looking out into the ocean, into the abyss, just from the infinity edge pool, and it is gorgeous. It also has like a waterfall feature over the side, and it is spectacular. This infinity pool is truly one of the most iconic features, as it does offer the most breathtaking views of the Indian Ocean as it seamlessly blends into the horizon. The stunning pool is the perfect place to relax and soak in the beauty of your surroundings, whether you're enjoying a morning swim or unwinding at sunset. Next to the pool, they also have like 2 mini tubs that also look out, which are just really special. One was just regular, like temperature, like cool, and the other one was like warm. It wasn't even that hot. When we asked them to heat it up a little bit more, they said they couldn't due to guest safety, but it was only warm. And all the other resorts we stayed in Bali, they actually had hot tubs, but this one, it was not hot and they would not heat it up more for us. So we were just a little bit disappointed in the service there. Also, one of the days, all the like chairs were taken here at the pool, and they were saving like 2 chairs for some guests who actually never showed up and never used the chairs. So it was a little bit awkward. I wish that they would actually open like the spa pool. The spa is its own pool. I wish that they would open that up for guests if all the chairs here are taken at the main pool, especially for the price everyone is paying. Now, the top feature of the hotel is that the resort actually offers guests access to a secluded private beach, a hidden gem that feels like your own personal slice of paradise. To reach the beach, each guest takes a ride on the Inclinator, a glass-fronted carriage that descends towards the cliffside, offering stunning views of the jungle and ocean along the way. The beach itself is a pristine stretch of white sand, perfect for relaxation. Whether you're sunbathing, taking a leisurely stroll, or simply enjoying the sounds of the waves, the beach is equipped with comfortable loungers and umbrellas, allowing you to relax in complete comfort. Now, here we are heading down. It is like a ride at an amusement park. There's always an employee there to escort you in. Now, during like storms or like rains or things like that, they close this. So we were very fortunate that the both days we were here, it was open, it was nice weather, but you're going to want to ride this a few times. It takes you all the way down about 150 meters, all the way down to the private beach, and you only get access to this beach if you are a guest here, as it's really secluded on this part of the island. The ride down takes a total of about 3 minutes, but it is one of the most enjoyable rides of your life. You truly just enjoy every moment because there is nothing in the world quite like this, and the landscaping is just absolutely perfect and breathtaking. As soon as you get to the bottom, right away you're greeted with this incredible staircase that takes you all the way down. But just look at the landscaping, look at the green plants, look at the leaves, look at the color of the ocean. Just everything is perfect. Everything is perfectly manicured, perfectly landscaped. It is just gorgeous. We just took our time walking down, just enjoying every single second. And then on the way down, you have this little like hut here, which is actually like a restaurant. You can order some food. It's called La Spiaggia and offers cliffside seating with an emphasis on locally caught seafood. The restaurant's menu changes daily based on the fresh catch. The atmosphere is relaxed and inviting, making it the perfect spot for a leisurely lunch or a romantic dinner by the sea. The views from the restaurant are simply stunning, with the ocean providing a beautiful backdrop to your meal. From the restaurant there, you actually continue down more stairs and you keep winding around, which eventually then takes you to the private beach. But as soon as you turn the corner and you see the beach, you are just in absolute awe. The private beach area did have really good services. There's always someone to take you down and back up on the lift. And then when you're there was someone to check in with us, as well as when we got to the bottom, someone to go ahead and show you to what chair you want and actually lay the towel out. And you can actually order little things off the menu or get a coconut or whatever you'd like for a price. So that was very nice. But this is just gorgeous. Definitely one of the best resorts in the world. You're literally sitting up top here on your cliffside resort, looking out at the ocean. You're hearing the waves crashing against the shore. It is truly magical. It was so relaxing. They can put up the umbrellas if you want. You can order food. Now, the one thing I disagreed with is they do allow smoking. So there was a guest that was like smoking that was just like ruining the vibe for us. So I wish that they would just completely ban smoking down here at the private beach. But for the price I guess guests are paying, they expect to be able to smoke, but I didn't approve of that. Now, you actually can walk down from there, down the stairs, and kind of walk along the sand at lower tide, just a little bit, but you definitely want to make sure you're back before the lift closes at sunset in the evening. During our stay, we went down to the beach probably about 3 times total, just to kind of relax for a couple hours, listen to the waves, and soak it all in. But like I mentioned, the service was just always spectacular. It was pretty private. There wasn't always a ton of guests down there, but it's just so nice how they design this beach, and there's no one walking along the beach either. It's just so private. It's like out in the middle of nowhere. You feel like you're like completely secluded from the world. Here's a little menu of what they offer, and then you can actually walk right on up from wherever you're seating, and they have their own bathrooms just for the beach with a shower. So we didn't need to use it, but they do have a little shower if you want to rinse off, and then they have a toilet room with a view, but it's all very nice, and it's incredible how they actually do have that right there down by the beach. You can look out through the slats and see the ocean. Now, from where we were sitting, here we go. I want to show you what it's like. You can actually walk right on down. There's no one stopping you. You can actually walk along the shore. Now, during high tide, you just have to be careful because the waves do come up all the way. So you just have to watch out and be careful. There's as well as like no lifeguards or anyone out there to help you if you're like having problems or something's happening. You're kind of on your own, and you can keep going down and walking along there like as far as you want, but just be careful because once you pass those big 2 giant boulders over there, there's a sign that says you're like leaving the resort. Now, we went back one evening during low tide, and it was a completely different experience. I highly recommend going one night during sunset just right before it closes. It's a completely different experience. The waves are actually way far out, and it's a beautiful sunset kind of glow from the distance, but you can actually kind of walk around and look in like little tide pool areas, and we saw some animals and things like that, and then we headed back up. To head back up, we get to take another ride on the Inclinator to go all the way back up to the resort. Again, it's about a 3-minute ride or so, but it truly is just spectacular whether you're going up or down, because you can look out both ways. It can be a little scary if you're afraid of heights, but it is definitely worth it. And if you come to this resort, this is probably the main feature why you're going to come here, is this beautiful private beach, as no other resort in Bali really has that, or this incredible lift. It is just truly special, and I didn't even know about this lift when I first booked the hotel. It truly is a hidden gem, and it is spectacular if you ever get the chance. The Bulgari Spa is a sanctuary of relaxation, offering a range of luxurious treatments that blend traditional Balinese techniques with Italian elegance. The spa's serene setting overlooking the ocean enhances the sense of tranquility and rejuvenation that each treatment provides. The spa in and of itself was pretty nice. It even has its own little pool there you can see, only for spa guests. Now, at many really luxurious hotels in the world, the spa like facilities, including like maybe a little pool or sauna or steam room, are included for everyone. Not here. You have to be getting a treatment to experience any of these facilities, including this private pool. But there was no one there when we looked. And then this is a treatment room. I like that it has a view of the ocean. So many treatment rooms today, they're just like they have no view. It's like walled in, or you're just like surrounded by nothing. But here you have a beautiful view. Now, the property did open in 2006, so everything is original from them, about 17 years old. So it's definitely not the modernist hotel in the world, but it's because it's Balinese style and like traditional how they built it, it still feels just exceptionally gorgeous and modern, even though it's pretty on the old side. So that was a good thing, because I typically only like to stay at new modern hotels. Now, I will be honest, the spa and then certain areas were showing their age just a little bit, but overall it was very nice. The resort also offers one of the coolest looking fitness centers and gymnasiums. This thing is just like its own private villa, just like the rooms. It has that incredible tall ceiling, just like the villas. It is just, I've never seen anything like it. It also offers stunning views of the surrounding landscape, making your exercise routine a truly enjoyable experience. Large windows all the way around allow natural light to flood the space, creating a bright and energized environment where you can stay motivated and focused. They even have drinks for you, little like snacks, apples if you need it. Now, there was no one there to like assist you. At a lot of times luxury resorts, there's at least an assistant there to wipe down things or get things ready for you. There was no one here to help you. You were kind of on your own. The resort actually offers so many different things. I just kind of explored one day to kind of see what I was missing, but I also stumbled across they have their own Bulgari store. The Bulgari brand is known around the world. The Bulgari brand is Italian, and they are known for their jewelry stores all over the world in very expensive markets. Now, from there, we actually went to this kind of beautiful like reception area. If you're having a wedding, you basically get to use this room, or other very special events. I don't even want to know how much it costs, but it is just a very beautiful seating area. Just everywhere you go, it's just literally flawless. Now, from there, I also wanted to go down and explore some of the restaurants. The whole design of the resort is a unique blend of traditional Balinese architecture and dramatic contemporary Italian elements. This harmonious combination is evident in everything from the use of volcanic stone and rich wood throughout the property to the sleek, modern lines that characterize the villas and public spaces. Every detail of the resort, from the architecture to the service, reflects a deep respect for Bali's cultural heritage while embracing the luxurious lifestyle associated with the Bulgari brand. This careful balance makes the resort not just a place to stay, but a destination where guests can experience the best of both worlds. El Ristorante is the main fine dining restaurant on property. It offers an exquisite Italian dining experience with a menu that focuses on fresh, local ingredients prepared with a contemporary flair. The restaurant overlooks a stunning reflection pool, creating a romantic and sophisticated ambiance that is perfect for a special night out. Signature dishes include the mozzarella buffalo cheese stuffed ravioli served with marinated raw swordfish and a daily selection of fresh fish from Jimbaran Bay. Each dish is a work of art, beautifully presented and bursting with flavors, showcasing the culinary expertise of the chefs. The extensive wine list, featuring over 200 labels, complements the menu perfectly, offering something for every palate. While the restaurant is a culinary journey that showcases the best of Italian cuisine in a setting that is both elegant and inviting, we elected not to eat there due to the extremely high price point. For a more casual dining experience, Sangkar restaurant offers a menu that features authentic Balinese dishes and classic Indonesian flair. Popular dishes include tender pork ribs wrapped in banana leaf with local herbs and spices, and succulent scallops with lemon and lobster. The menu is a celebration of the vibrant flavors and culinary traditions of Bali, with each dish prepared using traditional methods and the freshest local ingredients. The restaurant's open-air setting, perched on the cliff edge, provides stunning views of the ocean, making it a perfect spot for any meal. Whether you're enjoying a leisurely breakfast, a relaxing lunch, or a romantic dinner, the ambiance at Sangkar is both welcoming and impressive, offering a dining experience that is memorable as the food itself. Now, this is where you would have breakfast on property, is here. However, I do recommend having it in your villa, as I think it was just a more special atmosphere than having it at this restaurant. Now, from that restaurant, Sangkar, you can actually walk across the way here and you actually get taken to the Bulgari bar, which is, I think, one of the coolest settings on property. It is just gorgeous looking out into the abyss of the ocean. The bar here is a sophisticated space where guests can enjoy a selection of fine wines, spirits, signature cocktails, and light bites. The bar's chic design, with its rich wood accents, elegant furnishings, and carefully curated artwork, creates an inviting atmosphere for an evening drink, or just a great place to unwind and watch the sunset after a long day of exploring or relaxing. Now, in the evening, as a guest, you can actually get free hors d'oeuvres. So they actually have a selection of these little bites that they bring to you complimentary every night during a certain time, which is great. Now, if you want drinks, that is an extra charge. So we just basically got some complimentary hors d'oeuvres the one night and was able to look out at the beautiful sunset. Service was really good, but the little hors d'oeuvres were fantastic. It wasn't a lot of food, so it was just kind of like a light bite, and then we went elsewhere for dinner. We actually took a grab to the Six Senses resort nearby and had dinner there, as it's less than half the price and the setting is just as nice, if not nicer. As night falls, Bulgari Resort transforms into a magical oasis, with the soft glow of lights illuminating the resort's pathways, gardens, and public spaces. Everything is different. It's like a completely different resort, with the upper lighting not only here in the lobby, but also in your rooms. Everything is so perfectly lit, landscaped perfectly. It's just so relaxing. You can walk around in peace. You can get the buggy as you're driving all over the resort. All the trees, plants are just perfectly lit without too much light or too little light. They really spared no expense on the lighting. Everywhere is just gorgeous. Even the pool area completely transforms. They light it up so beautifully at night, so walking by it's just breathtaking. However, they do not let you swim in the pool past sunset, which is a little bit disappointing, as it would be really cool to kind of hop in the pool in the evening, but you just unfortunately can't. The resort's serene ambiance at night offers a perfect balance of relaxation and excitement, as everything does truly transform and look so different. It makes it an ideal destination for those looking to unwind at the end of the day and still enjoy the resort and walk around and experience the different areas, including the dining venues like the bar here. It's just completely different. The restaurant as well. You can have dinner here at night. Now, I don't recommend it because you cannot see the ocean at night, but it still is just a nice atmosphere. Now, when evening falls, you're definitely going to want to request the golf cart / buggy to take you back to your room or wherever you want to go, just because it's a little bit too dark to kind of walk around by yourself at night. But out of all the resorts we stayed in Bali, this one definitely was the most coolly lit. Just look at every tree, all the bushes, the paths. It's just gorgeous. You're going to want to sit at on the back of the golf cart all the way to your villa. Now, here's our villa at night, just perfectly lit. Every room, from the living area to the bedroom to the bathroom to our own private pool. The lighting is just gorgeous. We just relaxed in our villa. They had little tea set up for us in the evening. Even the room, the lighting is just perfect by the beds, just the perfect warm glow. You can just relax and enjoy your vacation in Bali. And the nice thing about being back at your room is you can go swimming at the middle of the night, because it's your own private pool. So while the main pool closes, you can still get in your own private pool and just swim a little bit, relax, and turn around and look into your gorgeous villa. After a long day enjoying the resort, you're definitely going to want to come back to your villa, take a nice outdoor shower. It is heated, the outdoor shower, so it's very nice. And then you can basically just put on your cozy clothes, go outside, drink the tea, go in the room, lay in the bed. You could even take a bath inside too. There's just so many things you can do just right there in your own villa. It's just a whole sanctuary all in and of itself. It was even hard to go to bed at night because there was just so much to do, even in your own room. Now, due to the extremely high prices at the Bulgari Resort for any meal, we opted to have breakfast every morning, except the one day we did the in-villa dining here at the Six Senses. Now, this, I highly recommend. You can get a grab for just like a couple dollars, and it's only less than a 10-minute ride all the way over here to the Six Senses. We even got some action by a monkey taking one of our breakfast croissants, but it's an all-you-can-eat buffet, and yes, it was less than half the price of our hotel's buffet. It was just spectacular. It also was more modern. They had a huge selection, just gorgeous. You're literally right along the edge here, also looking at the ocean, which I actually found was a better view. We even opted to go to the Six Senses several times for dinner. One night they were having a movie night, and then the other 2 nights, we just enjoyed, like, they have the yummy sauté, which is like chicken on a skewer with peanut sauce, and it was to die for. They also even had like a wedding going on one of the nights we were there, so we even got to see a whole fireworks show from right after we finished our dinner. That was just truly magical. Okay, now for the review of the Bulgari Resort here in Bali. I'm going to go ahead and start with room 5 out of 5. This is probably one of the biggest rooms I've ever had in my life, especially at a resort. We literally have like 3 separate villas in our villa. We have this main kind of villa area where it's the outside area. We have the room part, and then we have another one that's the bathroom. It looks like 3 like huts. Insane room. It's still very nice for being so old. Opening in 2006, they've definitely upkept it very nicely. It still feels very clean, modern. A lot of this stone doesn't really wear. There are some things like the wood. Eventually, it could definitely use a renovation, but overall, the room, very impressed. Next up is going to be Inspiration. Overall, Inspiration is going to get a 5 out of 5, of course. Most beautifully landscaped resort and hotel I've ever stayed at. Like, it is perfect. Like, every time a leaf falls on the ground, there's someone like picking it up, almost. Like, even our room landscaping, we have all these own plants in our room. Like, everything is trimmed like to perfection, and the colors of the plants, the flowers, inspiration of the pool, the beach, how you have your own lift to take you down there. Everything is just mind-blowing. Next up is going to be service. Service, I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit off. I'm going to go ahead and give service here a 4.5 out of 5. For service is great. They're very on top of it. Every time you call for a buggy, they're usually right there. Every time we've ordered something for the room, like a delivery, they usually bring it right away. They do great like room service. Everything is very clean. But overall, the service, it just didn't feel as special, and like they really get to know you like other luxury properties that I've stayed at. Being a hotel at this price point, service should be perfect. And I will be honest, the workers here are all very friendly, but I did not connect with anyone here specifically at a deep level like I do at a lot of other luxury hotels I stay at. Like, they're all just like doing their job, they're all nice, but I feel like none of them really take the time to like get to know you. And they're gonna do, of course, what you ask and help you, but none of them really took the time to get to know us. We also had a problem. I'm not gonna go into it, but the service recovery here was pretty sad. We had to basically keep reaching out to try to figure out a solution on our own. We finally came to some agreement, and it all went fine in the end, but it was very frustrating for a while. For service, they also were really good about moving us to a different villa. When the first one, we didn't really have any view at all. So they're very good on service overall, but for this price point, the price is just so high. You just expect service to be better and it to be like the most insane. I've stayed at, 169 different Marriott properties alone now, and I can just tell you, I just do not feel that connected to the workers here, that like service actually was perfect. I don't know how to exactly explain it, but it just could be more warm and just a more special experience. Even when we arrived, like, sure, they brought the welcome juice and the towels, but they could have done like a little ceremony, or they could have given us like a lei around our neck, or just like made it a little bit more special. Or like for the turn down service, they could have put like rose petals on the beds, like every night for every guest, just to make you feel so special. There's so many more things for service that they could have done at this extreme price point that just were kind of lacking, but it's still good, just not perfect for this price point. Now, I just want to touch on service for a second more, but a resort of this caliber should have perfect service, and even if something goes wrong, they should do everything in their power to make it up and as smooth as possible and earn the guests' trust back. Now, the incident that did happen was in the middle of the night. Unfortunately, my globalist friend woke up to, I think, bug bites, and they were quick to come and change the bed and redo it. Everything was fine, but the next day, no one followed up with us. They didn't even inform our butler what had happened. He was shocked to hear it. No one even told him. We had to reach out to management ourselves, and even then, when we finally were able to meet with the manager, we didn't feel like our concern was taken very seriously. We actually had to beg for any sort of compensation, as they weren't just going to go ahead and do anything for us, and it took a long time to finally figure something out, because when we would message them, it took them a very long time to respond, and it was on our behalf that we had to keep reaching out. So we just kind of felt that a little bit unacceptable. In addition, when we were finally checking out on the last day, they could not print us a receipt. I've never been to a hotel where they just cannot print you a copy of your hotel bill. That was very interesting for the service. Finally, is value. What I return, that's going to get a 4.5 out of 5. Definitely I want to come back here. It's just mostly because of the service. It just doesn't feel like a family you're going to come back to. I mean, a lot of other hotels in the world might not be as nice as this, but the staff there are so friendly, so kind. You're almost like family, almost. You really want to go back. So because of that, I am taking off a little bit from this resort. But overall, extremely beautiful, extremely inspiring. The only area of improvement is definitely, I think, service, and that's it. But otherwise, for the price point, it is, I don't know if it's worth it or not, because you can't redeem points to stay here with Marriott. So it's very expensive. So I feel like there's a lot better options at even half the cost, like the Six Senses, that are going to be almost just as nice. And also the food is also going to be a lot cheaper at those other properties. Food here was ridiculously expensive. But overall, if you have the money, you can afford it. The beach access is insane, but overall for the price, I just don't think the service was fully there when it came to every area.